Hey, what is up guys? Today we're going to be looking at and reviewing the new Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 2. And yes, this is a voiceover because the audio got messed up in the video, so we're just going to be voicing over the gameplay that I've done. And as you can see, I do have a crown from the last game that I played, and I'm going to tell you today about the new features in the game and the changes that they've made. So number one, the first big change is that they have removed building. I am not joking. They have removed building for 9 days. You can see right here, I am not able to build. As you can see, I am not able to build. This has never been done before. This is one of the biggest updates they've ever put into the game. You are not able to build for the next 9 days. It's something to do with the plot. It's because Dr. Sloan disabled building, but we don't have to get into the story, just the changes. But that is the first big change. They've removed building completely. You have to really strategize how you play the game now, and you can't just build all around you if you get shot. You just have to find some sort of cover. There is, though, these new things called cow catchers that you can put in front of you. They have 800 health, and you can put them in front of you, and it'll act as a sort of wall. And they've added those into the game that you could put on your cars. You could also use them as cover if you're in a difficult situation. But yes, you now really have to strategize how you play the game, where you are, and the high ground is crucial if you want to win. And as you can see right here, we now have a red dot on the burst rifle. Everyone thought we were going to get weapon attachments this season, like you could add weapon attachments to your gun, but we just got some new guns. But I mean, it's fine. I think weapon attachments would be a little too much. But at least they added some car attachments. I'm also going to talk about the new guns they added this season. So first we have the burst rifle. It's a striker burst rifle. It's probably my favorite assault rifle this season just because of the red dot. And I really loved the red dot last season. So I guess that's why. And they've also added a new thermal scoped AR. And this thermal scoped AR, it shoots, I think, a little faster than the other one. The one that was in the game last chapter. Or I think they had it in chapter 1. And it had like only a 2.8 fire rate. They've also added a new SMG that is most likely better than the Stinger SMG. And I'm going to explain why. When you're in close range, it does a lot of damage. I think, as you can see, I have a gold med right here. And I think it does 24 damage from close range. And it does, instead of 1.5 times headshot damage, it does double headshot damage, which is absolutely insane because that's 48 headshot damage. Another thing they added into the game was overshield, and it just gives you a little more health since you can't build, so it'll give you sort of like a second chance. Let's say you're in a fight and you lose and the other guy's at like 1 health. That might not happen as much this season because of the new overshield. You could have 250 health instead of the original 200, which is very cool. And they've also added tanks, as you can see right here. Right now, I think they're pretty overpowered because you can actually heal them. You could heal their tires, and you could heal the tank itself, which is very cool. There's a new repair torch that you could heal any vehicle with. It's very fast, and it's pretty useful if you're in like a squad match. Some other cool things they've also added tanks. They have 2,500 health, and you can actually heal them as well, so that makes them even more overpowered. And you can fit a full squad in there. There's a turret. There's, the main seat for the person who's actually driving the tank, and you could shoot rockets at people. If it's a direct hit, it does 120 damage, which is quite a lot. If it's like near them, it does 70. They're like just within the radius of the explosion, it's like 35. And they've also added these cannons. You could either shoot them, or you could shoot yourself out of them. It's just like the cannons from way back in chapter 1, except it's more modern, which I kind of like. I kind of like how they redid the cannons like that. And they've also added blimps over like a lot of the locations that are owned by the IO, and you could go up these blimps by like vertical zip lines. If you wouldn't have them, it would be like almost impossible to get on top, since there's no more Spider-Man. There's no like helicopters or anything, so that's literally one of the only ways you could get up to the blimps. Some other things they've added tactical sprinting, and they've added mantling. And you can see some gameplay of it right here. It's pretty useful if you're trying to get away from someone who's shooting at you, or you're trying to get in cover. It is pretty useful. The mantling helps you get up buildings because usually you would just build up to someone, but now you can actually mantle up the building. You can mantle up a whole floor. Some other people don't like it because it's sort of copying other games. Like, some other people want them to keep it simple, but I personally think that it's a good change for the game to have this. So now I'm going to show you guys the Battle Pass. Yes, here we have Suki 2.0, which is the only skin I've gotten from the Battle Pass so far. And then we've even got the Glider, and we also have the Omnisword, which is actually customizable. And you have Gunner as well here, and I think that is emotes for the Suki 2.0. And that is Gunner's Glider and his pickaxes. And you have some more styles for Gunner and Suki 2.0. I really like the mask style for Gunner. It actually looks really cool. And you got the Imagined. You know, it's not my favorite skin from the Battle Pass, but I think the 7 version is better, which you guys will see. And then we have another style for Gunner, but for some reason it doesn't load. And here we have Kiera KO, which is a very cool skin. And you've even got a little segue emote. And now we have Suki 2.0, another style which I really like. And that is the Imagined, but the 7 version, which I really like as well. And you have another style for Kiera. And this is the Origin, which is probably my favorite Battle Pass skin from this Battle Pass. It's my favorite Battle Pass skin. I really want to unlock this guy. I don't know, he just looks really cool with his auras and stuff. If Orisa, you know, it's a cool skin, but it's not my favorite. And then you have the 7 version for the Origin, which I really like. I'm not sure if I like it better than the other one, because I like how he looks like a prisoner, you know? You could basically put on your armor. And then you have another style for Orisa. And you have Doctor Strange. It's probably my second favorite skin in this Battle Pass, because, you know, it's Doctor Strange. We have bonus rewards, but we're not going to talk about them. But there is a cool style for Gunner, which that's probably my favorite style for Gunner that I've seen. But that is it for today's video. I will be streaming Fortnite probably sometime this weekend, just so you guys can see the new changes in action, because they used to have double damage headshots, and they have added that back, which has made the game really crazy, as well as the Overshield, which recharges, which I think is also really cool, because let's say you're at 1 health, you can still get some extra health even though you don't have any heals. The no building part, I'm not sure if I like that. There's some pros and there's some cons to it, because I like building and I'm good at building, but also no building, it kind of prevents sweats from just building an entire hotel when you shoot at them, and they actually have to strategize their game. So it's a big change to the game, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.